Hello and welcome to this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. This week I'd like to talk to you a little bit and actually pick your brain on your thoughts about group travel. As we navigate our way through this pandemic, we're taking this time to sort of re-strategize and evaluate what group travel is all about as we prepare for the future. And I have a question for you, which is actually our poll of the week, which is, what is it that is your least favorite thing about group travel, assuming that you've traveled with us before or perhaps with some other travel companies? Or if you haven't, if you're one of our members who has been following along and thinking about coming along with us, but you're not so sure about what group travel is all about, what is it that you would be concerned about traveling with a group? And of course, I like to emphasize that the way we do groups here at Wheel and Anchor is meant to be a little bit different. And so we like to think that, we're traveling with a group of friends, or at the very least a group of acquaintances, people that we know a little bit about. And I realize that that is a bit of a lofty goal, but that's kind of the whole purpose of why we set up Wheel and Anchor as a community. And in the good old days, we were holding events and finding ways to bring people together and get to know each other and establish ourselves as a group of people who are like-minded. And when I say like-minded, we do represent a diverse group of people from all across Canada. And so what we do have in common is sort of an alignment around, what I have put together in as far as this Traveler's Creed, which you would have gotten way back in the beginning when you signed up for us originally. And if you haven't, we'll actually attach a copy in the link below. So this idea of how we approach travel and how we behave and how we react to other countries and other cultures and traditions, as well as our fellow travelers, is really is what we have all in common. So as far as group travel is concerned, we're striving to understand what it is, what concerns that people have, and to try to address those and make our experiences quite different, which is what I think you'll find that most people in our community will tell you we are different than what you'll find with other travel communities. So give some thought to that, and please do participate in our poll. And of course, you're welcome to send me an email and give me your thoughts that way, because we are a member-driven community, and I know I say that over and over again, and a lot of our members take advantage of that and give me their opinion on these kinds of subjects, because it really does help us create the kind of experiences that we all love to have when we're traveling. So apart from that, coming up this week, we have our webinar on our Caucasus program. This is Georgia and Armenia, and I'm really looking forward. This was actually our first Wheel and Anchor trip back 2 years ago, and in putting this together for the second time, it brought back a lot of the amazing memories of those two wonderful countries. And so we're going to be talking about that this Tuesday, the 21st of July at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A week later, on the 28th of July, we're going to be having, of course, our long stay webinar, which is a forum for members to participate in. We're going to throw out some ideas about what long stay vacations are all about. Last week's poll, by the way, we had actually pretty much all of our members, or the vast majority, said that they would be interested in doing a trip of at least 3 or 4 weeks, if not longer. And so I think that's very important data as we look to assemble some trips. And so we're going to, as I say, throw some ideas out there, and would love to get your feedback and also hear from us what is in our minds about long stay holidays for perhaps as early as this coming winter and certainly beyond. That's on the 28th of July, Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 2 days later, on the 30th of July, we have our Yachting the Turkish Coast program. I've secured a couple of wonderful gulets, which are these Turkish wooden yachts. They're quite spectacular. We'll be taking a relatively small group to Turkey out of Bodrum and visiting some wonderful sites as well in Turkey. If you haven't been on the Turkish Mediterranean before, it is absolutely beautiful. We'll be telling you a little bit about that on the 30th of July, again at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So once again, have yourselves a wonderful week. I trust the weather is staying warm over there in Canada. It certainly is here in Thailand, and I look forward to catching up with you again next week.